Yes, sir. All right, fellas, let's have some barbershop talk real quick, talk sports and shit. March Madness is over, and usually that's the only time the casual fan or anybody that's bored turns on the TV to watch college basketball, men's or women's. But being from the CT area, you already know I got a rep for the Huskies. I didn't choose to be born in Connecticut, man. It is what it is. I started watching the UConn's women team in 99, 2000. Used to catch all of their games on CPTV. They always used to play their games religiously. So I used to watch them growing up, way before the machine was even created, way before they called Geno the Great, way before the undefeated seasons, the three-peats, the four-peats, the two-peats, so on and so on. Even watched this individual right here, Sue Bird, who is a all-time great. I watched her get it in with Diana Taurasi, who happens to be my favorite player. When Diana Taurasi and UConn, when they beat Tennessee, I believe on that three-peat, and Taurasi held up her jersey, repping for UConn, I was like, hands down, that's my favorite player. And then comes Maya Moore, who was dirty. I compared her to Melo because it just seemed like it was too easy when she was playing basketball. I was like, yo, this shit is too easy for her. Like, she should be playing with the dudes, literally. My thing is this: living in this society, watching how they are marketing this freshman, Paige Bueckers, who is dirty. She gets it in. I'm not going to take anything away from her. She could pass, she could shoot, she could dribble, and she has the quote unquote swag. And not for nothing, she is a blonde Caucasian. When's the last time we saw a little blondie playing ball like this? Yes, we had what's her name? Della Don, who's dirty, but she's a forward slash center. And nobody really gives a damn about forward slash centers because not everybody is that tall. It is what it is, just speaking from the perspective of people that I already know. I say that to say this. They were not marketing and pushing Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Maya Moore, even Breonna Stewart, who played for UConn, if people don't know who that is. They were not pushing and marketing those individuals who were great as much as they are doing with this freshman, Paige Bueckers. She's going to be the first freshman to win AP Player of the Year, Naismith Player of the Year, the Wooden Player of the Year, all these accolades because they're bigging her up just like they did with Steph Curry back when the Warriors were doing their thing, back when Steph Curry was getting in and he changed the game. They are marketing this woman like the WNBA needs to market their great players. They need to take notes, but we have to ask, why are they not doing that? Should Paige Bueckers go to the pros? Hell no. Why the hell would she go to the WNBA when she's going to be a bigger star than she ever would if she goes to the WNBA, bro? Staying in UConn, you're going to get backed by the machine. You're going to get backed by March Madness, ESPN, everything. Especially with social media, the way that that's buzzing right now. You're going to be a bigger star than you ever was if you stay in UConn. Don't go pro. You're going to get your money regardless. And besides the fact, she's mad scrawny right now, and them bras in the WNBA, they're going to be tossing her little ass around. not for not for nothing. But check it out, though. Like I said before, she fits the European beauty standard, a little blondie who's nice at basketball. You don't see that too often. So they are pushing this little girl. They are pushing her to the masses like no other, talking about her being an all-time great already, which is blasphemous. And it's just like, how are they pushing her this hard when there have been so many great WNBA players before her that was not getting a buzz like this, bro? That was not all over the TV screens, this, that, and the third. Like I said, I'm not going to give you a biased perspective. I'm going to keep it funky with you real quick. Sue Bird, who was great, wasn't getting pushed like this. Diana Taurasi, who I said is my favorite player, wasn't getting pushed like this. And Maya Moore, who is straight dirty. The best player in college at her time, best player in the WNBA at her time, wasn't getting pushed like this. So why would you go to a market that's complaining about wage gap, that's not getting viewers, that are losing fans? Why the hell would she go pro? The conservative Caucasians, who are basically majority of the viewers, do not watch the WNBA because it is a lesbian league. people are not going to be feeling that comment, but it is a lesbian league. You find out about all these broads who are in college basketball. They're impressionable. You think they are doing their thing. Then they go to the WNBA. Then they come out as being gay. Nothing against being gay, but I'm speaking for the Caucasian conservative fans. I'm speaking for the barbershop fans and everything of that nature. You know what I'm saying? They push lesbianism. They push that woke shit hard in the WNBA. They don't push that in college basketball. Yeah, there was like a team that took a knee and whatnot, but I don't even know that team's name. Who gives a damn about the team? They don't push that woke shit in the WNBA. Matter of fact, my bad. They don't push that woke shit in the women's college game like they do in the WNBA. And that's why so many people watch March Madness. I already know what time it is once it's late February. March Madness is approaching. It's time to tune in because they don't play the UConn games on TV on the cable network every game like they did back in the day. So the question is, should Paige Bueckers, if she had the opportunity to go to pro early, like the men's who could do one and done because they used to go straight out of high school because they were ready. Paige Bueckers is not physically ready to go to the WNBA. She could be as nice. She could have the skill set. But that's just for college right now. Women are not like physically advanced to be a one and done. They will get thrown around and then you will forget about them once they hit the league. Because now it's time to big up the next star. They have a freshman star in Iowa, but you don't even know about her because she's playing in Iowa. She's a hometown chick and she stayed in a hometown state. Caitlin Clark, who's beating Paige Bueckers all across the board in all statistics. But she's not getting mentioned at all because she's not backed by the machine. She's not playing for a historic program like UConn. She's playing in Iowa. But we keep hearing about Paige Bueckers, how great and how phenomenal she is because she's a little blonde broad that could play basketball. No disrespect. I already said that she's dirty. But my thing is, I've been watching college basketball for so long, and I've never in my lifetime seen an individual get pushed like Paige Bueckers. Let's see what Sue Bird, the all-time great, has to say about this individual. Then I'll give my take at the end.
I'm watching some young lady play at UConn the other night, Paige Bueckers. Now, listen, I'm watching this young lady. I call her the Steph Curry of college basketball. She's special, Sue. She's special to me. How about you?
No, she's special. She's special. There's a skill set. I think the same thing that happened in men's basketball, and maybe we could use like Trae Young, right? Yep. Like everyone who watches Trae Young, you're like, oh, he grew up watching Steph. So that's who he was copying. I think Paige, she grew up obviously watching people like Diana Taurasi play, but probably Steph Curry as well. And so you're seeing like this skill set in some of these younger players that's just so different from when I was in college. Just so different. Just the ball handling, the step backs, the ability to do like, hit the three, the mid range, you name it. She finishes at the rim really well. To me, it's the swag, it's the confidence. Yeah. She's cocky out there. I love it. I'm sure you hate it.
She's got a reason to be. She's pulling up from 25, Sue. She's pulling up from 25 feet.
That's the skill set. That's the skill set. And I'm like, UConn didn't need another reason for people to hate them, but enter Paige, and there we go.
AP. Freshman, I mean, she's a college player of the year as a freshman, and now you have people talking about how she may be the first to depart from school that early to go to the WNBA. Are you anticipating something like that potentially happening with her?
So this is interesting because for us, we have some rules that are different from like what normally is. We don't have the one and done. There's a bunch of rules. It's like you have to either be 22, you have to have graduated, or you have to go play a year professional. But what's interesting about Paige is she's actually a year older, like age-wise, from her grade. So after her junior year, she's eligible. But what's interesting is, I think, is what is the name and likeness, like how does that play a role? Like what if Paige from the NCAA. Obviously, if they change that rule, what if she gets some endorsements? Does she stay the year? Does she say, let me just start making my money now? So it'll be interesting. And it's, listen, here we are talking about it. That's what it's all about. It's about these conversations.
What would you, far be it for me to ask, what would you advise her to do? What would you advise her to do? Because, I mean, the money is not NBA money, but still, it's the WNBA. There's some good checks out there. What would you advise her to do? What would you advise her to do?
So two things. One, I'm glad you said that because people like to, they like to like poo-poo on our money. But like I'm sitting here to tell you, like there is money to be made, a lot of it. There's a lot of millionaires in our league. I don't say that lightly. And people just don't take that into account because they like to look at the minimum salaries. They never not like to take into account the full picture. With that, so for me, my advice would be like start your the sooner, very similar to the NBA, the sooner you get on that rookie deal, the sooner you're off it. And the sooner you can start making money. But if the name and likeness thing kicks in, and you told me she was going to be making, a couple $100,000 in college, or even $100,000, whatever, then I might say, you know what, stay, because the love you get from ESPN, the love you get in March Madness, that's like a marketing dream. So it kind of depends on that, in my opinion.
Hey, listen, you don't have to worry about her getting love this way. I love her already. She is special. Make no mistake about it.
That sums it up, man. I'm going to be a little biased right here when I say, yo, she should stay in Connecticut. She should stay at school just so I could watch her try to get a championship for the town. You feel what I'm saying? But other than that, man, she should definitely stay at school. For anybody that doesn't think that these athletes get some type of cash, you're a fool. You know what I'm saying? You see these athletes who are quote unquote broke, but yet they have the latest sneakers that are definitely hard to get. The most exclusive shit they're wearing. So just understand that these people are getting incentives, especially this little blondie. She's going to be the next best thing since sliced bread out here. That's a fact. She should definitely stay all 4 years, get her degree, try to win some chips. You're going to be getting paid. You're going to be getting endorsements. You're going to be walking into the WNBA getting endorsed. You're going to be backed by the machine, just like she said. You got UCONN, you got ESPN, you got March Madness, television, commercials, the marketing things on social media. She's going to be making bread that she's not even going to be worried about going to the WNBA. And don't let Sue Bird try to fool you. You got mad individuals that's going overseas in China playing for six figures and all that, including Diana Taurasi. She went to play in China after winning a championship. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. So the money ain't all that in the WNBA. How could it be all that in the WNBA when the marketing strategy is abysmal, man? But like I said, she's getting pushed like no other. She's like a little Trae Young, little Steph Curry, because that's who all the younger individuals are imitating. Step backs, pulling up from three, passing dimes, handle, skill set. That's all they are concerned about. She should not leave early, even if she had the opportunity, because she's going to go to the WNBA and you're going to forget about her. Remember Skylar Diggs? Who's talking about her now? Remember that little sister from Notre Dame that was balling? She was wearing the sleeve. Who's talking about her now? Nobody's talking about Della Don. Nobody's talking about Breanna Stewart. Nobody is even talking about the fact that Maya Moore, the best player in the league, is not even playing in the league. She's happily married. She's chilling. Nobody's talking about that fact. So the WNBA is not all that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You got a rivalry that could be created with her and Caitlin Clark. You got all these other individuals that could be created, all these storylines that be created by ESPN. But they're not doing that for the WNBA, and people got to really ask, why is that? Paige Bueckers, stay at UConn for a couple more years. Try to get that title for the state. Do your thing. You're going to be perfectly fine. Work on your game. Get your weight up a little bit because you're too scrawny. Them lesbians are going to be throwing your ass around in the WNBA if you try to go there, man. That's a straight up fact. I'm not saying that to bash anybody, but it is what it is. She already getting all these honors. They want to throw her the first freshman to do this, first freshman to do that. Y'all already know how ESPN does when they want somebody to have, or they want somebody to be the first to be this or whatever. They go out of their way. The first person to have 5 assists in 5 minutes Shit like that, man. ESPN will go out of their way to make this individual the best thing since sliced bread, hands down. Shit, man, that sums it up, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I'm out.